Good afternoon. No one is there, of course. Oh, John Marcus, thank you for starting me off right and wrong. I'm going to wait until I have a few more people to torture with my singing before I go. Thank you, Nubby Earwiggles. Nubby, you were sniped. John Marcus just sniped you guys. Got the first bits in. All right, I was just what was I? Oh, I know what I was checking up on. I was checking up on why mines, Verdontis mines, were grassy. That's why I was in here. Nice grassy mines. Get so much sunlight down here. That's one of the many things fixed in the first patch coming up. I meant to do a much longer stream. Let's see. Yes, so tons of stuff going on here. The Death Shield thing did not actually get in. The Death Shield change. I'll refer to it as a change. Other people may have a different name for it. But I'm calling it a change. Oh, don't kill him. Oh, no, you can kill him. Good pet. But that didn't make it in. I forgot to check it in. I checked out locally and did not check it in. It's checked in now. That's in the first patch. That was from Ranger Hag. Let's see. Hey, thank you very much for the resub. Again, John Marcus. Thank you twice, John Marcus. And Taiki Vitray. Thank you, Taiki. I'm pimping your stream every chance I get, Taiki. You get out there and sing. Taiki sings. Speaking of which, sorry to inform you that I will be singing soon. And thank you very much, Snugsy. So we got a patch coming out. We had an exciting morning, pancake morning. I don't know how this tradition started. It's the second time it's happened, so we can call it a tradition now, right? Which is we did pancakes and launch day over here. Today it was just me and Joaquin and Ravlox came down. Check things out, pick up a computer and monitor from me, and eat pancakes. And I'm a little late today. I ran late talking to Ravlox on some stuff and getting the patch going. Thought that was a little more important than me streaming. Let's see, how's that going? I think that may not be done. Let's see, it has 3 hours left for the first part, so 5:36-ish. And let's see, and then the second part's going to take an hour. So we got like 6 hours, so it probably won't be done and uploaded. Oh man, it's going to be like 10 o'clock at night. I'll see if I can get it done tonight. Sometimes the upload takes a significant amount of time, though. It all depends. I was actually just explaining this to Ravlox here a few minutes ago, which is sometimes when we're downloading stuff from our own site, we get throttled because we have we've got a gigabit connection, but we are supposed to stay under 100 megabits per second. It's like gigabit burst. But sometimes we get over that limit and they start throttling us down. And when that happens, we always make sure, of course, we want the game to have all the bandwidth. So, which means that sometimes it's slow for us to upload because we go from it's not the same machine, same IP. It's physically disconnected. If anybody out there is worried about security or anything like that. Physically disconnected, but it's on the same data center box. Not computer, but actually the same rack. So it shares bandwidth anyways. Anyways, let's see. So some stuff I wanted to make sure and call out. If I can find my game client. One of those things is the feature. I don't even know if I think I may have forgotten to mention this. The load time baking is actually now working. Wizard, or not Wizard Smoke, one and only, went and Well, come back, Don Bilbo. But Wizards, or One and Only, went back and he redid my logic for it, so we think it's all safe now, and it should be a much improved frame rate. Actually, the frame rate improvement we've seen, it's odd. It varies in terms of how much of an improvement it is. It varies by machine, whether you're CPU or GPU bound, and what the limit actually is. Problem on the machine. All right, I've got something I've got to do here, and then I'm going to go take a look at Tartarus so I can talk over some of the changes coming to Tartarus. For the people who are wondering, Solar Flare, yes, does 0 points of damage. I can't take the blame for that one, but I did fix it. It's going in. And thank you for the raid, House of Mangar. And I'm going to be doing a talk with House of Mangar next week. And thank you, Don Bilbo, for the resub. And thank you, Merrick Dragon, I think, for the host. And Skaggy Media for the host. And thank you, Fakan, for the resub. We got something here I'm going to do just to sort out a little bit of drama that I caused last week that someone else, actually, I was fine with it, to be honest. But some players were not, and the person that it happened to, they didn't want to deal with the drama. So they are returning something that I did not know I was supposed to trade with them. Snugsy one. The bandit armor is 1% drop rate per piece on the lower tiered stuff, and 2% on the higher tiered stuff. All right, let's see. Castle. I was trying to remember. Player-owned town. Is that what I am supposed to give? Pot tax. Yes. There we go. I think that's right. Whoops. Applied to the zone. Waiting for it. All right, must be right. But anyways, that is something that I did last week that some things say it's okay, some do not, but not worth the drama. And want to make sure and get that all cleared up. And huge thanks to Cece for volunteering that to me. I didn't even mention anything. I would have said, screw you guys. Just because I didn't know, but she wanted to make things right, so. Bow for being awesome. I didn't actually bow. There we go. But thank you, CC, for making that all good. What was I doing next? All right, next stop. Off to the next stop. Next stop is Tartarus. Zoom. Drinking my tea. Cece is a girl in game, and I refer to her as a girl. Don't judge. Can't spell. So anyway, I ran into some problems. I had to actually disable some chunks of tartar sauce. So yeah, this is what tartar sauce looks like if you fly around, in case you're wondering. There's actually walls around these things, but they don't have back face culling, so you basically fly through. You're looking at it from certain angles, it looks like there's no walls. Gives you a pretty good look. There you go. Pretty sweet, huh? So this is the news section. I have no idea where people are. So this section actually right now is completely borked. I'm not sure who's in here. Let's see. But this is the PvP section. So I was running into a bunch of different problems. I was fighting some edge cases. I wasted a ton of time on it that I shouldn't have wasted. And ended up just finally this morning waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning and saying, screw it, I'm just doing it a totally different way. And did it a totally different way, which is I did have it in here and it was a PvP zone, a PvP marker around it. So when you'd enter this space, you'd be in a PvP area. But that had a ton of edge case problems that I was just getting tired of dealing with. And so I just went and did this entire scene. Oh, this is something that's in there now. You guys can enjoy it while it lasts. I'll be fixing that. Let's see. There's just some chests scattered around. I meant to turn them off. I forgot to turn them off with the new version that's coming out too for the patch. Oh, looks like somebody already came here and found this. But anyways, this whole section was supposed to be PvP when you enter into it and flag you as PvP. Guess what? It does flag you as PvP temporarily while you're in there, and it doesn't notify you. Let's see. So right now I would be PvP and someone would come and kill me. So the PvP stuff we have for flagging and unflagging works really well when you have a full PvP zone and you want to go cut out a section and make it not PvP. There's a lot of weird edge cases that come up when you want to do the opposite, make the whole zone not PvP and then have one little PvP section in it. So starting in the next patch, this whole scene, this whole chunk here has been pulled out and been made into its own scene. So that will be its own scene. When you go down this hallway thing here, that will take you into the scene. And it's a new scene that's PvP. Merrick Dragon. So we do have the ability to mark areas as PvP. But what I'm finding is there's just too many edge cases when you have a scene that is not PvP and then you mark some areas as PvP. The reverse is okay. The reverse seems to work a lot better and has fewer edge cases. I didn't want to do that to Tartarus because doing that, one of the things is I must be getting beat up. I was going to say, I saw a skill go up. That means I'm getting beat. Crud. Lost my train of thought. Come back, guys. But anyways, so by having it a separate PvP scene, I can force... Oh, I know what I was going to mention. If I force the whole scene to be PvP and then marked out the other areas to not be PvP, it would cause problems because players would, one, they'd get the notice entering into the scene saying, hey, you're entering into a PvP scene, which would probably scare some players away. And then second, it would force it to be a single instance of it. So you guys couldn't have instances of it. You couldn't do the little bit. Oh, and thank you very much, Torque, for the raid and Legion of Myth. And also thank you for the resub Prison Bound. So again, PvP scenes don't let you do instance. You can't go in as a party. I mean, you can, but you can't go in party mode. There's only going to be one instance because why would you do solo PvP, whatever? So if I did that to the entire scene, made the whole scene PvP, it would break that. So anyways, instead, I pulled out the scene, this section, as PvP. And for those who haven't been over here, the other side should have the same thing. It should have a wave battle. I think most people don't know it because the way I set these up, the wave battle triggers anywhere in this middle area here that is going to be decoed by list in the not too distant future. But he wants to come in and sexy it up, and so I left it empty for him. But there's a wave battle in the other one, but it takes the dude so long to walk to the middle, I think most people don't even know that there's a wave battle over there. But they will walk to the middle. They basically spawn on the outside edges. Now, in these guys, it's not that bad. Do. All right. Really, I've got a 5,000 strength and I can't kill him? Oh, I'm punching him. Okay, let me apply buff a little bit more. All right, now we're gonna have a fight. There we go. But anyways, it's a wave battle that actually gets tougher each time. The last couple guys have a few things in it. Have the semi-boss guys, I believe, are in the last wave, which is wave 7. This still needs more tuning. Again, I wasted entirely too much time trying to make PvP edge cases work. And again, when I work on stuff, I don't do it just for this scene. I work on it because it can be used somewhere else, but basically just decided not. Let's see, hold on. I'm going to go through my questions. Oh, you know what? I don't have my chat bot up. Hold on. Let me get my chat bot up because I'm not catching your questions. Capturing your questions. Let me go back. Artemis Sacrifice, where's your deals? Need to buy some Kodos. Okay, well, hold on a second. This one should have... Yeah, tough guy, let's fight. This one should have in each corner, there should be an Ankh. I'm not sure on the other one. But yeah, I think it's pretty mean. And I think the thing that is painful about these is it's a pretty big maze. In case you haven't been there, it's kind of hard to tell when you're looking at it from flying around, you know, basically from space. But it's a pretty big maze, and if you have to walk to an Ankh that's on the outside, that's a long way through the maze. So yeah, you're probably right. I should hide some more Ankhs inside the maze instead of making you run to the very outskirts. All these guys are new for Tartarus, in case you haven't been here, and they have some extra stuff they do. The fighters kind of just do fighter stuff, and the archers do, I think they have like 1 or 2 new things, but the mages have several new casting things, which can get crazy, and might hear in just a minute as they start coming out. Here's another new thing, in case you guys hadn't played the release in a while, is, watch this, let me look away. So again, this is something you guys have been requesting for a while, which was an AE loot. We didn't want to do an AE loot, again, just because it can be, there's a number of reasons. It can be like taxing on the server, believe it or not, because when you, it does not generate loot until you actually press the key. And you can imagine like some of these rooms where you get like a pile up of dudes, where you got like 30 corpses or whatever, and you go up and AE loot them. So we didn't want to do that, but we did want to make an easier way for you guys to loot stuff where you didn't have to target things. I know targeting can be hard. Sometimes you get the annoying, like, oh, this corpse fell in the wall or whatever type thing. Or like, you know, dragging it's tough to find his corpse because his collision doesn't match perfectly with his body. And these are some of the higher tier guys here. As you can see, I have to punch them extra times. So anyway, so just E will loot stuff. It will loot the, if you have a mouse cursor over a dude, it will loot that dude. Just like it always has. If you want to loot a specific guy. If you do not have your mouse cursor over a dude, it just loots the nearest valid dude. And again, these the warlocks are the ones that got a bunch of new abilities, and a couple more are going to be coming as well. As I push for the, let's make sure our creatures are a little more interesting, at least try to raise that average a little bit. So skinning, I did not have skinning on there. That was partially just due to not thinking about it. But that is one that we should probably do as well, as add skinning. I know the same thing's true of dragons for looting as it is for skinning. You don't really loot them. So yeah, you go up and if it's something that you loot, or you skin rather than loot, you still have the annoyance. So yeah, expect that to be coming soon, but right now it does not do that. Oh, it worked for skinning? Yay! Okay. great. That was one that we talked about internally and wanted to do. I didn't even create a JIRA for it, so they're ahead of the game. And this is one I know some people have some problems with ice field performance. This is actually one of the things I'm looking at. Is I'm probably going to turn down the how often they cast ice fields, because it can get pretty crazy in here. In case people are wondering, I'm on a fast CPU because I have to have that for debugging stuff. But I'm on it's a pretty fast GPU. It's a NVIDIA 2060, 6 gig 2060. So it's not anywhere near top of the line, but it's not the bottom of the line. And it's not a 2060 Super or whatever. I think they announced that like the day after I bought mine. Sadness. Let's see. Oh, I know something I probably forgot to do. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I just realized I forgot to do something. I need to push one more button for you guys. Oh, no, I did. Never mind. I was thinking I didn't push the transfer the item stuff to the server. But it's done. But anyway, server release went great this morning. We were actually kind of standing around doing our usual thing of, do we wait to open things? And we didn't. We didn't see any reason to wait. Which, if you guys noticed, we actually released early this morning. And that was even with a 20-minute data migration we had to do. And pancakes. But yeah, we actually were concerned because there's so few errors coming up right after we release. Normally we release and we sit there with our metrics box and we sit there and watch the errors pour in. And we're like, okay, here's the JIRA list. Yeah, there's only just a couple of them, and the ones that were coming up had already been fixed. Punching you to death. Come here. Let's see. Okay. Z of Silverdale, can solar flare get toned down for visuals on fastcast, and it creates a strobe light effect of flashes on the screen where many people can't see anything? Yeah, that is if you have bloom on, especially, it does that. It's kind of crazy oversaturated. So yeah, I actually agree with that. I've been casting it a bunch lately to test it. Pancakes take 2 seconds, or wait, take 2 seemed to do well. Oh, take 2, yes, pancakes take 2. I thought you said it takes 2 seconds to make pancakes. I was like, what? Cut up the bananas. I gently mix in the chocolate chips. Let's see. I'm going to get back to my questions. Oh, you know what? I need to get these specials. I'm lazy today. My specials are going to be whatever my last specials were. What were my last specials? There you go. That's it. I'm too lazy to do new specials today. That is for Artemis or anyone else who wants them. Sound like some people wanted to get some crowns. Go for it. And get this. I'm caught up. Well, I have 5 emails now. But I'm caught up on all those, on the in-game emails for the stuff I missed. If you emailed me, I should have gotten you your stuff if I had missed it. Grumpy, I'm still waiting for Grumpy to contact me. Oh, I need to get the raffle going. Okay, got that going. Let me get the raffle going. But Grumpy, I didn't see anything from you. I will totally take your word for it. You just tell me what I owe you. Uh-oh. Let me get my raffle going here. This is going to be, I've only got like 30 minutes left in the stream or something like that, so let me put up, I'll do 2 good prizes today. How about I'll do a lost... an ornate clock? That's cool. We'll do a ornate clock tower for the first one, and then I'll do a teleporter to Lost Vale that I'll remove the no trade flag from, just for you guys. So we'll do ornate clock tower for the first one, and then Lost Vale for the second. Gonna punch you. All right, hold on. Let me get the giveaway. I'm sorry, you're all going to have to do your raffling thing again. We're going to do ornate clock tower. I wonder if that shows time. Okay, now we're ready. So this wave battle still needs some more love. It's actually, again, I did my usual thing if I tried to make it impossible. You guys will probably slaughter it solo without using any spells, but my belief was it will actually be difficult for you and force some strategies. Hopefully you guys will stream some. I hear them yelling. Legendary Cutlass. It's OP. Maybe. We'll see. I'll take a look at it. Again, I do a ton of different testing when I work on these things and have some ballparks for what they are. And in my testing, again, I have bad testing cases to some extent because I'm attacking things without armors or resistance, stuff like that. But again, the sword of speed and the cutlass were about on par with each other. But some of that is because the cutlass of the speed does the double slash, turns it into a triple slash. So not having armor, yeah, it does a lot more damage. Stop teleporting me! You're going down, mage. Oh! Yeah, that guy's pretty tough. But anyways, you guys will have to figure this out. So you'll notice in this scene, let me get back to talking about some of that stuff while you guys raffle up. There's chests in the scene. I have not done wave battles before. I haven't tried to make them cool. So I spent a lot of time trying to work on this stuff. When I say I've spent a lot of time working on it, usually what that means is I try to do it. I find things in the code side of things that frustrate me, and then I want to go fix them. So it takes me longer to do them. So I was still fighting with getting the chest all working as perks, so you get rewards from the chest, because I kept running into flaws, and it looked like one of those things I found was designers knew about the flaws and they worked around the flaws in the past. So I was trying to actually fix them. So this chest will never open, by the way. But anyways, so I spent a fair amount of time on it, but I actually left it in a state that's semi-broken, in that there's like 5 or 6 chests around here that are good loot chests that just are always open. Or not always open, but they're available. You don't have to kill anything to unlock them. I'll be fixing that in a patch tomorrow. All right, let me get to a few questions here. Again, I'm not going to have a ton of time. I can't believe there's nobody in here. So I know there's a ton of people in here. I looked and there were like 14 people in Tartarus. I think you're all hiding in your own private instances. Let's see, where are people? Sort by player count. Yeah, so there's 18 people in Tartarus. The most crowded instance has 5 people in it. So you guys are all singling or soloing Tartarus. There's probably 5 people in here with me. Get off me, dudes. Fizzle, I'll get to you. Yeah, and you can see this is what I was talking about. This was the crazy town stuff I was talking about. This wave right here, I think the next wave actually has fewer dudes in it, but this one you end up getting like 10 ice fields out at a time, and rings of fire, and 20 dudes all standing around in it. So this one may require strategy to beat this particular wave. Let me get that specials thing off screen. To beat this particular wave, because the lag might kill you. Yeah, if I'm seeing frame rate slowdowns on a decent video card, then yeah, I've got to come back and fix this. And that's the other thing. Again, there's some people out there who say that ice fields cause them major frame rate problems, and I've looked, and like the last person who said that, they were on the exact same video card that I was. So I'm still trying to identify that and figure out what's going on with that, why we're seeing some performance problems for some people and not for others on the exact same video card. Because what do you think? There's probably like 20 ice fields out there. And I'm probably 20 frames per second here. Downgrade driver, yeah. And it's, again, I shared my driver version I was using to that person. I didn't check back to see if that fixed their problem. But yeah, the driver can make a huge difference. The other thing, the reason I didn't spend more time on trying to figure out what might be the problem is because Damon took a pass at improving the visuals on the ice field. And just in case that actually improves stuff. I think I also need to make the blink so it pays attention to your crowd control debuff. Making notes here. All right, let me get to a couple of questions here. I'm not going to be able to get to a ton of them. But I have people yelling at me to get their questions answered. Oh man, you guys are already up to 30 questions. Radicus 2K, is the website blocking VPNs now? I can't connect to anything, including store, to get crowns. No, as far as I know, we are not blocking anything. On the store, I take that back. We've had a few times where we've had to block, and Tassilo has blocked bans of where we've had some DDoS type stuff come in, and those may be on whatever VPN range you're using. So we do have some that are blocked. More likely, if you can't get to anything, then it is not us blocking, but it's probably some switch somewhere on the internet died. You might just do a trace route and see if you're actually getting to us. You're probably a techie person. Tree Walk, are you planning on adding more offensive spells to other magic trees? Because it feels like they're lacking. Yes. Again, I've mentioned before, but there's going to be at least 2 new spells or skills per tree going into episode 2. I'm probably going to start working on that in December as my Christmas break. Because that's what I do for fun. Party 1, I won an N weeks ago, and it's been stuck in my account add-on tab and won't let me claim to reward tab. Odd. I don't know on that. Let me throw that on our team chat and see if anybody has any ideas. And sorry, I'm now ignoring you guys in chat while I answer all these things. Engineer Dreams, any ETA on testing rewards and bit cloaks? I need to get bit cloaks out. I have lots of stuff to give you. I'm so giving. I did get what I believe to be the last of Grumpy. Oh, Grumpy, I can take care of you on that. I did get out what I believe to be the last of the stream rewards. And going forward on the streams, when we do the prizes, like I'm doing the sending out the prizes right then. I'll send it out by the end of that day. Because I hate having this crap piling up on me and feeling bad and not wanting to get on streams. Let's see. Taiki. Important questions. Where are the spiders in the Kodo store? You added all the Halloween stuffs but them. I will ask. I don't know. I mean, they could have been like a limited thing or something, surely. Let's see. Chris, when will the ice field be fixed? It does not say it description that it was to debuff in the first place. The debuff stays even when you leave the field. I wish my earthquake gave me an earth debuff. Yeah, it's probably applying just a time buff, and yeah, you're probably right. I probably should move that to be a single tick. Usually I'll do on those because like Ice Field I think applies per tick based on the AE and when you leave it. But yeah, I'll take a look at that. Hold on, let me make a note for it. And yes, it should be when you leave a field, it leaves. It should stay on for like some amount of time, but we're talking like seconds, not longer. 1 second. I got through a lot of the stuff on my list of crap to do that I told you I was going to do. Not all of it. Alright, let's see. Skeggy Media, can I explain load time baking? So, this is a perfect example for an area where load time baking would help a ton. So what that does, if you have this field checked, it is now working. That thing right there. When you load into a scene, what it does is it goes to every object that's in the scene. Stop it. Alright, hold on. I gotta kill these guys. Hold on, I'm gonna GM Ghost. Get away. There we go. Okay. So it goes through every object in the scene and identifies whether this is a object that has similar properties to another object in the scene. So for instance, look at these walls. These walls are actually made up of a bunch of different blocks. That's just basically cubes that have been stretched to be the proper scale. And they've got a special material on them that is like a world projection rather than a model projection. So it projects the material in world space. What that means is you can take two things and snug them right up against each other, and the UVs will match the material, the texture will be smooth across it. So anyway, so these have that material on them, but these are all a bunch of unique blocks. If we did not have if you do not have the baking on, it doesn't do a draw call per one of these things, and draw calls are the things that you'll hear graphics people talk about hating, as they're what slow things down. But it doesn't do a draw call per these things. Instead it has to figure out all that stuff in real time in basically every frame and sorts things so it can instance objects. And then instead of it throwing, here's the thing and the material and how to render it to the GPU, which is basically what a draw call is. It says, here's how to render it, here's the material, and then here's 97 instances of that same thing and where to draw them. So that version right there, what I just described, is how it's been working up until now. So that's pretty fast. But one of the problems is that ends up putting a lot of burden on the CPU in real time, because it has to figure out which objects need to be batched together. So in this maze, there's probably 500, 400, something like that, of these blocks that are very similar, and that it has to go through and say which of these guys are the same, and how do I render these guys, and then let me throw them to the GPU to be instanced. It throws the material, the texture, and then it says draw it in 400 places. So the load time baking, that's what it was doing, and that's called GPU instancing. These guys are all confused because I'm standing in their space, but I'm invisible. The baking, the load time baking, what it does is it starts a scene and it goes through and says, hello block, do you match up with another block? Do you match up with these other blocks? If so, let's bake them into a single mesh that has this material and property. And so instead of it doing it per frame, figure out which ones to instance and throw to the GPU, it does it at load time. And it staggers it over a number of frames. You probably won't notice it, but it can be noticeable. I've seen some scenes. It kind of depends on how the scenes are laid out, how many objects are in them, and lots of different stuff. But sometimes you'll see a little extra hitching right at the start, but the way that One and Only redid it, redoing my crappy version, it does much better, and it staggers it over the frame. So it doesn't even add that much load time to things, to the scenes. But anyway, so this, instead of it being either no instancing, old school, which would be 400 draw calls of draw that, draw that, draw that, draw that, draw that, draw that. The not quite as old school, but still pretty old school, which is what Unity and other systems call dynamic batching, where it figures out per frame and it kind of bakes them all together per frame. To last week, old school, which was GPU instancing. Then this week, and that's where that's the one where it figures out all of them the same and then throws them and says draw here, 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 here. This week's hotness is the static baking, and it is lower CPU and lower GPU for a little extra memory. That was a long talk, I know. Hopefully that was understandable. Turn off the smooth camera. All right, let me get back to my questions. Man, so many questions. Let's see. Tular Fairlow. Why does Icefield shake the whole screen even if you are way far away from it, but Earthquake doesn't, even if you were standing right in the middle of it? What? All right, I'll fix that. It should only be if they, maybe if they hit you or nearby. Icefield shakes screen anywhere. Earthquake does not. All right, I'll fix that. Kill him. All right, let's see. That one was for Skeggy Media, the load time baking. Let's see. Oh, that reminds me. When are you going to do a horrible karaoke stream with me and whoever else we can con into it? I'm going to say as soon as my sinuses clear up a little bit more. I'm still suffering from whatever crud I had a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Let's see. But yeah, we definitely need to do karaoke stream. Which reminds me, I need to get John Marcus's song here. Let's see. Brass Knuckles asks, when will the new arties be dropping in Tartarus? They are dropping right now. I was just in here earlier and got one earlier. They are, and again, the way these are set up. So right now there's only 5. I still hope to get some more of those finished and checked in. But I was trying to do, again, I always try to do experiments. And one of them was, this time around, was the Bandit armor set. So it's a set of leather armor. That's artifact leather armor. That has pretty decent stats. It's got probably better stats than any of the base leather out there or any of the, decent leather. But it has some bonuses. There's light armor bonus. There's set bonuses that are already in there, and I took advantage of that. Which is if you wear like all light armor, each piece of light armor you're wearing, in addition to the chest, gives you a bonus to a bunch of different skills, and they're like small bonuses, but they kind of add up to make all the light armor skills better. Same thing, heavy armor does the same thing. Well, for these, they actually give double that light armor bonus in addition to a bunch of other stuff. And then the big thing is the chest piece. The one bonus the chest has is that it gives weapon damage bonus, which is a pretty big one, especially as you guys are yelling about the swashbuckler. So, but yes, they are dropping now. But it is all the leather stuff, so it's going to be for a limited set of people again. Trying an experiment. And I had a few people, including Snugsy one, test them on QA, and he said they were just right, which probably means they're insanely OP. All right. Let's see. Strider Green, was it intentional that NPC sell player growable reagents at 4 GP while other non-player grown reagents are sold for 6 GP? This competes with the players. I don't think that's how it was intended. I saw some changes just went in, like lowering some egg prices and pecans and maybe some other stuff. But I think we've been made aware of that problem, and we're going to continue to improve it. I'm not going to say it's going to be in this next patch or something, but we know about it and we're working on it. Let's see. Grumpy Crab. So sign map. Okay, so Grumpy, I had no idea I was supposed to be sending you a sign map. That may even predate me, but you say that happened during my stream. I will take care of you, Grumpy. I'll send you extra special prizing. I'm not even going to make you wait for the new person to get ramped up. For those who are wondering, if you are one of the poor bastards out there who still has not received a box and are trying to get it, we have been completely blocked. I am unblocked now. And now I'm just waiting for the new person to get ramped up so they have something to do. But this is what we were waiting on right here. Gold. That had been what we were waiting on. No more. Let's see. She keeps Moet Shando in a pretty cabinet. Let them eat cake, she says, just like Marie Antoinette. A built-in remedy for Khrushchev and Kennedy at any time. An invitation you can't decline. Caviar and cigarettes, well-versed in etiquette, extraordinarily nice. She's a killer queen. Caviar and cigarettes. Well-versed in etiquette, extraordinarily nice. That surprised you. Sneak attack. See, I went straight in like I was going to read another question. To avoid complications, she never kept the same address. See, I need to try these things out so I know what octave to do them in. In conversation, she spoke just... That's horrible. To avoid complications, she never kept the same address. In conversation, she spoke just like a baroness. Met a man from China, went down to Geisha Minor. Then again, incidentally, if you're that way inclined. I had no idea what those lyrics were. I've heard this song a million times. I had no idea what the lyrics were. Yeah, nailed it. That was for... oh, look, see, somebody followed as soon as I started singing, right? Lady Van Hell Sings, thank you for the follow. Necronut, thank you for the host. Hidden Doze, thank you for the follow. Taiki, thank you for the bits. Yeah, nailed it. Surprise attack. Oh, guys, it's already getting late, and I need to give away 2 prizes here. So I'm just going to wait. Actually, I need to go ahead and do them now. I'm going to answer one more question, then I'm going to give away the 2 prizes, and then I got to run and get a baby. Let's see. B Striker, may we have the Rise teleport be changed to Verdantis entrance rather than Resolute Sewers? B Striker, actually what I was looking at doing is I continue to try to improve things on tech side. We've got some tech in there that you guys know about, like when you zone to a scene, it'll pull up a choice so you can choose what entrance. I'm hoping to get that in there so we can change it so any of those teleporters you can pick which entrance you're coming in at. And it'll just be scenes you've discovered or like entrances you've discovered. So, yes. Okay, I got to get baby here because I got a late start today because what did I do? Oh, we had a release. So again, apologies for the short and late and not super prepared stream down here. I can't believe no one's come in to join me down here. But let's do the giveaway. I hope you've already joined in there. Engineer Dreams. Is this first official release for Cat? I guess it is. Again, as Richard has said on streams, we kind of have been rolling catnip game style for a while here. But let me give you guys some teaser stuff coming up here. Again, if you're not on my Twitter, follow my Twitter. I put out as much information as I can on there. That is basically replacing my blog. Is just when I'm doing something and I gotta wait on Unity, instead of cursing Unity and saying how much I hate it because it's making me wait, I instead go do a Twitter thing. So guess what? I tweet a lot. Go get on that. And yeah, release went great, but some things I'm trying to get on. I'm still gonna try to get into Lua interpreter command line stuff for you guys this release in a patch. I know that's something that'll keep a lot of you guys busy for a long time, and a lot of good stuff will come out of it. And a lot of bad stuff, too, which is why I need to get it out there, too, so you can start breaking it. And GM commands, I am pushing for that by the end of the year as well. I have a plan for how to make that happen, and it will happen. Oh, it will. So let me go ahead and close the giveaway, do a couple giveaways, and I got to run and get a baby. So let me also teleport out of here, because if I stand right here, then this scene will never reset and people will hate me. I'll go to the hub so Nubby Earwiggles can't throw stuff on me. Okay, closing the giveaway for real. Bam. And picking winners. You guys ready? So the first one I'm going to give the clock tower to. And the second one I will give the other thing to. The teleporter. Hidden Veil teleporter that I will remove the no whatever from. Here we go. You guys ready? Oh, and on Twitter, I forgot to mention, that's Catnip Games is what you should be following. That was my personal account for years, so you can probably look on there and see like some stuff back there. Probably like goes back like me complaining about George Bush or something when he was president. Okay, maybe not that far, but ignore that early stuff. The later stuff is what you want to pay attention to. I think I've tweeted like 100 times in the last 3 days or 4 days, so sign on. All right, here we go. Picking a winner. Winner number 1 gets the tower. U-235 Sentinel. I have given you many prizes, and I have no idea who you are. You will have to remind me one more time. And then for the second one, Sentinel in game. Too easy. Second one, this is for the Hidden Veil teleporter with the no trade flag removed. Super valuable. Here we go. That is for B Striker. Who are you, B Striker? I forget again. Ugh. Get down. Oh. There we go. Oh, yeah, let me throw the specials up there for one last time for those who got in here late. This was by request, and I was too lazy to change my sign, so I just did whatever was up there last time. So, Sentinel. Gets the clock tower, and I forget who B Striker is. B just B. She is B Striker. All right, I'm sending it to Lesney. All right, B Striker. Don't strike a B. Veil, teleporter, remove, no trade. Grats. Sent. All right, guys. Again, sorry for the short stream today. I had hoped to do a much longer stream, but I was working on release stuff until 1 something, and I had to ship some packages. Not yours, Grumpy. But again, thank you so much for all the support. Thank you guys for being there for us and enjoying the build. If you want to do the crown deal, if you're like at work or something and can't get on to pay or whatever, as long as you do it by midnight tonight, I'll honor it. Just email me in game to tell me that you saw it on the stream. You just have to email me and say crowns or masks, because apparently I still have the Halloween mask stuff up. But again, guys, thank you so much for all the support and everything. We will be getting some bug fixes out again. Solar flare fix for it not doing any damage. Just a little bug. Grass for the other thing. There's a couple of exception fixes going in that you guys probably don't see, but are filling up our log servers for a few things. But in general, release is looking pretty good. And we will be doing more and more of that. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the E Anywhere and the performance from the baking and all the bug fixes and some skill balances, the new artifacts. And yes, I will be keeping an eye on them. The Death Shield thing did not get in for the initial build just because I forgot to check it in. It's like a one-line fix. That will be in shortly though. And I need to go find a stream to raid so I can go pick up a baby. Let's see. We got 4 people there. Strider, House, Famines, and Party 1. I'm going to just random you guys. Here we go. And again, sorry if I did not get to your questions. I will keep them in the list, and I will not erase that. So hopefully I can start there next time I do a stream, which may be tomorrow. We'll see. Here we go. Depends on how many bugs come up. Again, also the next version will have Tartarus split into 2 scenes, so you can go try that out. There's a little bit of other cool stuff that comes with that too. But here we go. Roll 4. That did not show up anywhere. There we go. 3. That is Famines. Hey, good. I hadn't rated Famines in a while. Famines, we are coming your way. And then I gotta go get a baby. Alright, guys. Again, sorry if I didn't get to your question. I got to as many as I could there. Probably answered a few in too much detail, but now you know all about how the load time baking works and how it saves you CPU power. But again, guys, thank you so much. We're about ready to raid here, but again, get in game, go get friends in game. That is the thing you can do to help us the most, besides watching streams and taking my prizes. Oh, and also we'll be doing more more organized stream stuff. I've got a couple people who are actually going to be managing the stream stuff, the stuff I'd said I was going to do forever, delegating. But they will start taking over that, and they're going to have a ton of prizes to give out. So you guys should definitely work with them once they get announced. I think people already know who it is, but I'll wait and save some make it a dramatic announcement sometime. So guys, let's go raid, and I'm gonna go raid the bus stop and get my little one, and I will see you tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, then Friday. Happy Halloween. See you guys in game. Bye. Bam.